Good morning, class 11. As you all know, we have started yesterday a new chapter from Constitution at Work. The name of the chapter is The Constitution as a Living Document. In yesterday's class, we have quoted some examples from the Soviet Union and France that constitutions can't be static. And of course, India Constitution came into being in November 1949. Although we enacted our constitution, we became republic on 26th of January 1950. Since then, we have made 104 amendments in our constitution. Ultimately, it's automatically been proven that our constitution too is not at all static. Now, when we talk about the Indian Constitution not being static, we were going through factors. The factors which made Indian Constitution as the living document. Today we will be forwarding our chapter from this concept only. Number one, when we say that Indian Constitution is a living document, we just talk about the way it was drafted. As you all know, the Indian Constitution was drafted by the Constituent Assembly. Our constitution makers basically want to tackle the problem. Which problem? The problem at that time which was faced by society. The problem which was faced at that time by many classes. Moreover, they also want to frame. They also want to confirm. They also want to acknowledge the work which to be done by the government. People were going or leading a miserable life. We were under the clutches of imperialism. Moreover, we need a strong government which should work for the welfare of masses. These two things were 100% 24/7 were kept in their minds that they need to respond to the changes which is going to occur in the future. Number two, when we talk about that our constitution makers wrote about how to tackle the problem. They talked about the framing, about deciding the work of the government. That doesn't mean that it's a frozen constitution. It is fixed constitution. It can't be unalterable. Because in a democracy, it is not possible that we can have a document which can't be unaltered. यहाँ अनऑल्टर्ड का मतलब है जिसमें कोई काट छांट नहीं की जा सकती हो. When we talk about democracy, इसमें ये democracy itself is an instrument which basically wants that society should be created only for the people who are living within it. So at times, as the generations will change, as the developments occur, it's very much important to make alterations in the constitution. Number three, although we had a written constitution, there are two types of constitution, written constitution as well as you can say oral constitution. Written constitution means in which everything been written, which can't be changed, which is basically a symbol of rigidity. But in our country, as India is still known for its diversity, our constitution makers were aware that there may be a chance in future that certain differences and opinions may occur. Although they have put a clause for the reservation of the classes, although they have in chapter 3 spoken about the fundamental rights guaranteed to every citizen, although they have decided upon the directive principles of the state policy, but still it happens that government change, it happens the development process change, it happens societies change. So, in such a situation, whatsoever is written can't be taken for granted. We have to change accordingly. Moreover, it is plausible that while writing or while making decisions in the first go for the constitution, it may happen that the mistakes may occur. So, it was decided that whenever and in whatever ways it is required, there should be a provision in the Indian Constitution to make amendments, to make changes in the provisions of the law. Amendment की definition यही है. When we talk about कि how can we amend our Indian Constitution, we talk about both things. We have to consider it. It shouldn't be so rigid that it can't be changed. It shouldn't be so flexible that everyone can change it. दोनों चीजें हमारे दिमाग में रखनी हमें बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी थी कि हम किसको पावर दें कि हमें चेंजेस लेकर आने हैं या नहीं आने हैं, उसका डिसीजन लिया जा सके. इसके लिए हमने प्रोविजन बनाया दैट आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कैन ओनली बी अमेंडेड or the amendment procedure can be initiated by the parliament, by both the houses of parliament, and parliament can make changes in the law by number one, simple majority. Simple majority you all know, general majority जो कि 10 में से 6 लोग बोलेंगे वही डिसीजन फॉलो किया जाएगा. Simple majority. Number two, every law can't be changed just based on the simple majority. So we have put on the provision for special majority. अब ये special majority हर देश में अलग हो सकती है. हमारे देश के लिए we have taken a decision that 2/3 majority of the parliament, if voted in favor or in against of a bill, or in favor or against of an amendment, that to be considered as the special majority. And this provision was mentioned in Article 368. Fine. Article 368 ये कहता था कि सिर्फ लोकसभा और राज्यसभा कैसे डिसाइड कर सकते हैं कि हमें अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को चेंज करना है. There are certain subjects which are of national importance, that too in the hands of union list, but they equally lay down an impact on the people residing in varied states. तो ऐसे में कई डिसीजंस को चेंज करते वक्त हमें सिर्फ स्पेशल मेजॉरिटी की जरूरत नहीं होती है, हमें स्पेशल मेजॉरिटी के साथ रेटिफिकेशन भी चाहिए होता है. यहां मैंने वर्ड रेटिफिकेशन नहीं लिखा. रेटिफिकेशन का मतलब होता है एक्सेप्टेंस चाहिए होती है ऑफ 50% ऑफ लेजिस्लेचर्स, यानी स्टेट लेवल पर जो कानून बनाने वाली ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं उसके हिसाब से. ये 368 आर्टिकल है जिसके अंदर हमने प्रोसीजर लिखा which is laid down in the constitution about the amending of our constitution. It can't be changed, and if it has to be changed, it can't be changed by the simple majority. Number one, it requires the special majority. Number two, it also requires the special majority plus the ratification from the half of the state legislatures. Hope you guys have understood this topic. Rest we will be doing in our next class. Thank you.